Hello and welcome to Michael Pepper Tech. Today I'm going to be discussing the Google Pixel 5, and let me start off by talking about the things that I do like, and then we'll get into a couple of the issues that I have. First of all, I'll have to say that most people would point out the cameras on a Pixel. When they think of the Google Pixel, they think of the best just pick it up, shoot cameras. Well, I'm going to touch on that a little bit here in kind of the good and the bad parts. But first off, I want to say, I think most noticeably to me is coming from other versions of Android is how simple the Pixel OS vanilla Android is on this device. Not having a ton to bog down the operating system, to bog down the processor, to use the RAM, things like that. 128 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM. Plenty of RAM, plenty of storage. That's one thing that's positive. Storage and RAM. Another thing, operating system. Third thing I'd like to touch on is, I know this is a bit of a cliche, but the feel in the hand, and part of that is because I didn't get a case with this. I got it when the phone first came out, bought it from Best Buy, and case options for what I was looking for were not really there, so I used it without a case. And I got to the point where I'm really careful with my phones. They're either in my pocket, or they're in my hand, or they're sitting on a desk. Not somewhere where somebody can knock it off on the floor. My son, 2.5-year-old son's around. He has a Pixel 3a XL that we let him use, or he's playing with toys. Phone's in my hand or it's in my pocket. I'm really safe with my devices. Now, if you're not, I would recommend a case. Obviously, glass is fragile and will break. But on the other hand, the materials that it's made out of, it's got a nice Gorilla Glass coating on the front. And the back is made out of this resin-like material. It's kind of hard to explain, but it almost feels like material of... Somebody explained it as like an eggshell. I would say that, or like your jean pants. So it's got nice grip to it. It's not glass on the back, so you don't have to worry about breaking the back of it. It doesn't attract fingerprints like crazy. They cut kind of a hole in the material. You can't see it, but on the inside of the metal, they cut a hole so that you get wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. And I didn't think that I would use those so much, but I do have a nice charging stand next to the bed, and just to be able to sit it there, and then you can kind of see it charging, and when it's done, you pick it up and use it. Or if I have it plugged in and can't find my other phone charger, I can just set another phone on it. And yes, it takes a little while because it's a slower 3-watt charging, but still, that reverse wireless charging has come in handy a few times. Also, it's water resistant, IP68. It does not have a headphone jack. It does have stereo speakers, but they're kind of similar to like my LG G8, in which you have the downward facing for the one side, and then it's vibrating behind the screen for the other. And I will say there's a little bit of an issue with that. Software update did make things sound better and balance things out a little bit better. So I've touched on some of the things that I do like. Now let me get into some of the issues that I've had. So if you're not comparing this to another device, the processor is perfectly fine. It's smooth. It feels like using just any other phone. But if you have another device to compare it to, even a Snapdragon 855, 845, another higher end processor in the last 2-3 years, there'll be some noticeable lag as far as when you launch apps, when taking photos even. And so here's my concern. People hear the Pixel and they go, it takes great photos. Well, in the last couple of years now, iPhones, OnePlus devices, Samsung devices have really come a long way, and Huawei, if you're overseas or you import, have better nighttime images. Video has been improved. That's one thing I will say. Video has been improved. They have really, really nice modes. As far as the cinema pan mode is really nice. I will be doing a video covering the camera specifically and showing the nice images and then kind of showing off some areas where they still need some improvement. And so for me, it's a well-balanced smartphone, but I wouldn't necessarily be able to recommend it for one specific thing over any other phone in that price range. If you're a Pixel person, if that's what you like, if you like the pure Android experience, Google purity, you want to get your updates first, you're going to get updates for 3 years, then pick it up. But if you're looking for cameras and you're looking for a device that's going to be supported for a while, you might not get updates right away, but you're going to have some other added features. You're going to have pro video modes. You're still going to get really nice photos. I would look at either the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or the iPhone 12 mini or 12 Pro in that price range. But like I said, if you're a Pixel person or you're an Android person and you don't really like Samsung's UI, you want pure, that's where I recommend this device to. Look for my next video where I will be delving more in depth into the cameras, and also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has just been kind of a talking head overview of this. I already did my first impressions where you can see information about, the technical information and some things like that. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. I will post the link to that down in the description, and as well, all my social medias are down there. Again, my name is Michael Pepper of Michael Pepper Tech. This has been a discussion and review of the Google Pixel 5 after I've been using it for the last 3 weeks. Thank you, and God bless.